What's up guys, Hector here, the very first term in the Otaku Encyclopedia, and this is where I'll explain terms you might have heard of but aren't quite sure what they are, and they pretty much relate to subcultures in Japan. So for the first term, I wanted to explain what otaku was, since it's in the whole name or the title in Otaku Encyclopedia. So a lot of people have been kind of arguing over what it is now because it has a huge long history and origin, like decades long in Japan, and then it's come over here into the Western areas, so of course the meaning has kind of mixed up after a while. So basically, well, first I'm going to teach you how to spell it. You can spell it in hiragana or in katakana, or if you want to spell it with the English alphabet, it's O-T-A-K-U, and of course you pronounce it otaku. Pretty easy. And basically, it pretty much means like a nerd or a geek. That was the basic meaning of it in Japan, and the people still use it today as like a nerd or a geek term. But just like in the Western countries, at least in the United States, and I think in some countries in Europe, people have started to kind of embrace the term nerd or geek and kind of use it as an empowerment type thing, sort of. I don't know, when I was young, if somebody called you a nerd or a geek, that was pretty much an insult. But these days, people are like, yeah, I'm a nerd or I'm a geek and that's cool or whatever. And so it's basically a nerd or a geek in Japan, but when you use it in Western cultures or Western countries, most people use it as kind of a nerd or a geek revolving or relating to Japanese type things. Like if somebody is really into anime or manga, then they'll say that person is an otaku if they're like hardcore into it. Like if they watch a couple shows, you know, it's no big deal. But if they're always watching anime and telling everybody, hey man, you gotta check out this anime, then they start to kind of be labeled an otaku. But a few years back, they would have given it a more harsher label, like somebody kind of fat and living in their mom's house, unshaven with glasses and stuff like that. But these days, pretty much anybody will take on the label, because as nerd and geek terms have become more popular, more people have been using them, and it's not getting labeled to all those, you know, stereotypical nerds and geeks. So basically, otaku can be split up into subsections. Some people say there's an anime otaku, people that love anime, manga otaku, people who love manga, and video games, cosplay, even collecting figures like this. And it doesn't even have to be like anime figures, it could be like mechs, like what's that thing, Gundam. It can be that kind of franchise and stuff. And then they even go into more technical ones, like people that are into cameras or tech, and just a bunch of different subgroups of otaku. But basically, in the Western countries, people try and relate it to Japanese nerd or geek related things. So even if you say, oh, I love video games, or let's say I play Grand Theft Auto all day, people wouldn't call that person an otaku in the Western countries, but they might in Japan. So if you play video games that are from Japan in Western countries, like if you're playing Hatsune Miku all day, or maybe even Final Fantasy all day, then people might start labeling you an otaku for video games. So I hope this video cleared things up for you. If it did and you appreciate it, or if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for more Japanese related videos, including more Otaku Encyclopedia terms.